Ready to go here?
Cody, I believe Joyce is trying to call in.
Yeah, just let her in. Joyce, is that you on the phone?
Hello, this is Joyce.
Hello.
Hello, Joyce.
Joyce, how we
Hello.
doing?
Hi, Joyce.
Thank you, John, getting me in.
All right. Is Rory on the line too?
I don't see her yet.
We'll give her a minute more, and then we'll stop. We still have a quorum, so give her one more minute. All right, I guess we'll call a meeting to order here. It's the Coventry Land Trust, 6:33 p.m. And I will start for the roll call here. I'll call your name and you can say you're here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so Jack Donovan,
Here.
Linda Brennan,
Here.
Dennis Green,
Here,
Glenn Underwood, here. And Joyce Peretta.
Here.
Okay. And we got a regrets from Joshua, so he's not attending. And Rory has not joined yet. So we will open the meeting. We do have a quorum. The meeting was posted in accordance with open meetings law. So we're already on to item number 3, election of a new chairperson. I will hold that off to the end, since I was hoping that Josh was going to be here because he had volunteered that he would potentially take the position. But since he's not here, we will continue moving and we can elect him in his absence at the end. So let's go to approval of minutes. June 15th, 2021. Did everyone get the copy of the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I so move.
Moved by
Second.
Lynn, seconded by Dennis. Any discussion on the minutes? Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. I'll do a roll
Aye.
call. Jack Donovan,
Aye.
Linda Brennan,
Aye.
Dennis Green,
aye,
Joyce Peretta,
Aye.
Glenn Underwood, aye. So it's unanimous on the minutes. All right, going on to ongoing business, land trust finances. I did not request a report for this meeting. Didn't receive anything either. So I don't think we have updated numbers for tonight to talk about. Does anyone have any question on finances or any updates for us?
I have none, so
I have a major point, I think, because I wonder how many new members have our operating bylaws for the land trust, which gets into the finance operation and how, the duties of the chairperson, if we're electing one, the chairman, and a lot of other details. I know I have that, but I don't know if others have that. And they should probably have it before we do the election.
Linda, you have that in that package I sent you, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. Yep.
And Joshua got the package too.
And he got the package, yep. Josh got the same package.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
let's get back onto the agenda, land trust finances. Does anyone have any updates on land trust finances?
I do not.
I do not.
Okay, All right, we'll move along and go from there. Encourage organized volunteers outreach avenues. Again, that was something Joshua did extremely well for us at the first work party that we had a little over a month ago at the Janice Sullivan property. I think that's a great start. It was a great turnout. We also had a good turnout, or what I thought was a good turnout this past weekend between ourselves and a few extra people at the work we did at Janice Sullivan. So again, I think that Josh has championed a couple of reach outs, and I think Rory was doing a couple more reach outs too. So I think if we continue that, Josh sent out, obviously he was in Alaska on his trip. So, but I saw his outreach notice that he put out, and that was pretty good, trying to get people to come out this past Saturday. So anyone have?
I sent Josh a list of all the scout troops in Coventry, and I know he told me that one of the troops has gotten back and said that they were interested in helping out. I don't know where it went from there.
Well, I'm not sure how far he got on that. We'll have to, obviously we'll have to wait back on that.
Right.
Calendar of important dates. Rory had sent me a draft of dates, and I don't know whether she sent it to everybody else. Did anybody else get anything from Rory? As I know she sent it to Josh too.
When was it sent?
It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so she probably didn't.
Yeah, I think I may have gotten it. So.
Hey, John, can you send Rory the link again? I just saw her. She sent me a text there. She's trying to get into the meeting.
Cody, would you be able to send her the link? I don't have her email.
Yeah, can you confirm her email for me?
I don't have it.
Let me see if I can.
Begins with 2 O's, that much I know.
Yeah, does somebody else
Okay.
have it on me right now?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is there. Hold on. Let me get her. OOLEERCC@AOL.com.
All right, I just resent her the link.
Maybe we'll see if we can get her in. Give it another minute. Hopefully she can. Rory, you with us yet? Let's see her
No.
there. Let me just send her a text back. It's hard to multitask on these things here.
I know.
Cody, it seems like she's in the participants list now.
Okay.
Is it possible to upgrade her to a panelist?
Yep, I just sent her the invite for it. So she should come in as a panelist now.
There she's coming. Rosemary, are you with us? There
Yep,
you
sorry. I kept getting timed out. I kept saying Microsoft had a security concern with this link and it wouldn't let me on. So I had to go to a different computer than the one I was using. So just switch those around.
All right, so we'll let the record show that Rory Carmody has joined at 6:42 p.m. Rory, Joshua is not able to attend tonight.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't absent, but everybody else is with us. And
Excellent.
so far, we have approved the minutes and went over land trust finances, which we had no updates. We talked about volunteer outreach, which Josh has sort of taken a lead on. And the calendar of important dates is where we were when you were mysteriously trying to get in. And I know you shared with me a whole list of important dates, which I think Josh had a comment or two on, but
Yep.
we didn't get that whole list to Gail to send out as part of this thing. But if I think just for tonight's meeting, because we had a couple other things that we want to accomplish, I was impressed with the detail and stuff that you were able to to grab. There was a lot of material there. I think it's an excellent starting point. So if you could send that to Gail Hardink and have it sent out for the next land trust meeting. Obviously, I think this would be a good thing to start for 2022 calendar.
Sure.
We can go through it and say which ones are definite ones that we will participate. But having that calendar, I think was great. And I think the other members will certainly appreciate all the work that you did getting those dates, and then maybe they might have something to add. So let's continue that for the next meeting. Just send it to Gail so she can send it out with the packet of information.
Okay.
All right. Potential properties of interest. Did anyone have anything to add or discuss of potential properties? Okay, we'll move on. Grant opportunities. Anybody go over or see any grant opportunities or need to discuss that for tonight? Okay, continuing on. Going down to old business, land trust days at Heritage Estates, which we're still targeting the event September 18th. We're making progress for that. I have been in contact with our town council president, and I will be sending her a little bit more information. Part of it's to get us on for an executive session to discuss the Grasset Mumford property, but also to which potentially will be the August 23rd council meeting. And at the same meeting, since that's probably fairly close to the September 18th meeting, I'm going to see in public session whether they'll entertain that notion to the town council resolution to dedicate the property to or change the name to the Janice L. Sullivan Conservation Area. So I will continue pushing that and discussing that with our council leader, and I'll keep everybody updated because it'd be nice that at least some of us will be in attendance that night for that meeting.
Mhm.
Okay. Press release.
Okay,
John?
I wrote the press release and I sent it to Josh.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't realize probably what I should have done is also sent it to Gail to send out to everybody. So I can do that for the next meeting, or I don't know, I have it up. I can try and send it to you now.
Have it,
somehow.
let's see, our next meeting date should be August. Let me get a calendar.
17th,
Yeah.
17th.
17th. That will be the appropriate time. So send it to Gail. Did Josh give you any feedback on it, Linda?
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
He
Okay.
hasn't.
All right, so I'll reach out to Josh, but to see if he reviewed that, and we'll keep that on, and because that's about the time shortly after that meeting that we will want the press release to be ready to go for the September 18th day. So we need to be close on that.
Okay.
Draft letter to neighbors. Gail sent that out today in an email. This was something that I worked on. Joyce, you probably didn't get it unless you went and got your.
I did. I got it. Gail sent it to me.
Okay. So this was, let me just jump over to this was something I worked on. This was in specific to giving notice to our local neighbors around the Janice Sullivan property here. And obviously, one thing that I wanted to attach this to this was sort of like a map. And the other thing, obviously, September 18th is the actual date in 2021 that we're going to have the small ceremony dedicating the property. So did anyone or did everyone read this and have any comments for, like I say, this was we wanted to have something just for the neighbors, whether we walk the street or actually mail out to the people living on Bramblebush, and maybe Ledge Road, just the particular people that are close by, which we can get through the town records, and give them a mailing. I don't know whether anyone thinks it's a good idea to go knocking door to door versus just mailing to each neighbor there, but.
I thought the letter was very well written, very clear, covered all the issues that I could think of. I thought it was very well done. And I think sending a letter would be preferable to knocking on doors.
Okay.
Yep. I was wondering if we could attach, the copy of the article from the Coventry Courier, the Kent County Times, that showed the group there working on the property, just so it kind of put a context to the letter. I thought the letter was great.
Mm-hmm.
But some people might be more visual, do you know what I mean? Or recognize people that they see in the photograph, and it kind of makes it more real.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, I like that too. I like it. It gives it a little bit of legitimate.
I say that because I'm going to attach that article to the letters that I send out to businesses to kind of develop some donations from them, so they can kind of see that it's a real thing. It's not just, we're not just asking for stuff. There's a real project behind it.
Right.
Okay, so I think I will, if we're good with this, I don't know, I guess we can make a motion to accept the draft letter as draft neighbor letter, or approve the neighbor letter for the Janice Sullivan property. If someone makes that motion, and with the caveat that we will also add the article from the newspaper to be inserted, and we will do a mailing to the people on the Bramblebush area, and also the people on the Ledge Road as are the neighbors of the property.
So moved.
I
Okay.
second.
All right, so that was Rory moved it.
Mhm.
and seconded by Jack. I will do a roll call here. So Dennis,
I agree.
okay. Rose, Rory,
I,
Joyce,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Jack,
Aye.
and Glenn, aye. So we all voted in favor. All right, good action there. Sign update. I know, Rory, you've been stressing me on this one.
oh, yeah, John got the purchase order into Coventry Lumber. They have the lumber. We're just waiting on, I guess, confirmation now to have the lumber delivered to the carpenter, who's also getting a little, stressed out because he wants it done, obviously done right, for September.
All right, so what do we need to action to get that lumber there?
John, are you on the call? What more needs to get squared up? I haven't heard back from Coventry Lumber.
Yeah, so I also reached out to Coventry Lumber, because like you said, I did send the purchase order
Right.
and didn't immediately hear back. So I followed up with them. And the gentleman that I talked to, he said that he forwarded it to the person that would actually be handling the transaction. And he told me that basically no news is good news, but I did put a call into him just to the gentleman that would be handling the transaction himself, to get an update. I didn't get an answer and I left a message, but I haven't heard back as of yet. But I have been told that everybody has what they need and they're working on it. So that's what I have right now.
So John, you're saying that the material has been delivered to?
No, it hasn't been delivered, but that they have what they need from us and that they're working on.
So it's been ordered, but it hasn't come in to be delivered to the contractor.
That's how I understand it, yes.
Right.
When are they gonna deliver the material?
That's what we're waiting on the callback from, is confirmation that it's
Okay.
there and can be
I'm
delivered.
just double checking.
Yep, because
Just
it's
asking a
it's just going to 133 Franklin Road is where the guy, the carpenter lives. So I told him that at Coventry Lumber that it's a local delivery. It's not,
but
it's not
if
anywhere far.
Coventry Lumber hasn't even got the material yet, delivered it to him yet.
Right, because when he was ordering it, he was calling different locations to get the order together. So I'm assuming that's where we're at. But hopefully one of us will hear back from them and then ask for the delivery address. And then I will circle back to the carpenter, to Dan is his name, and let him know that it'll be coming.
So, okay, so once we get delivery date of the material,
Right,
dropping it off is a piece of cake. I would think,
yep,
because I've done business with Coventry. They're pretty good for deliveries, at least with me they were.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was a Nathan I was dealing with at Coventry Lumber. I don't know if you know that name.
I know the other guy, I can't think of his name now.
Okay.
I bumped
Yeah,
into the owner a
like I said,
couple of times,
hopefully we'll
only
get
by
back
accident,
Tomorrow.
strictly by accident.
Actually, I was thinking of having Dan, the carpenter, call them because he does a lot of work too with Coventry Lumber. He gets a lot of his wood there. So I was thinking of asking him if he could light a little bit of a fire, because they
That
know
might be the best, because he could
Yeah.
probably also direct, how and when. And
when he
and
wants
set
the
up
delivery made.
coordination.
Right.
So
Right.
Yep.
I'd say, why don't you try that, see if and
Okay.
if he's got contact there. All right, so that's where we are. We're just waiting on the lumber delivery. Rory's action will call the carpenter and see if he can make the call to get it delivered in locations and timing and everything.
Can I ask one quick question if I may? How much lead time does he need to put it together? 2 weeks,
Well,
4 weeks?
He was looking for a couple of weeks, to get it put together because he's doing this on his own time. He's not charging us for his labor,
No, that's good, that's good.
which is
That's
really
great.
kind
That's
of
great.
very gracious.
So
So
you're
he
sick?
he
I'm
needs
sorry.
a couple of weeks. He needs a couple of weeks lead time just to fit in around his work and home schedule.
So his completion date would be two weeks after he receives the material.
I would like to give him a 2 to 4 week range.
Okay, all right. Or
just
say
to-
4 then.
Yeah,
It'd be nice
got
if you had the number by August 1st.
yeah, it would be lovely. Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's follow up the way that we're planning here, Rory, with that, and then hopefully, if we have to make some more calls to Coventry Lumber, we will.
Okay,
But it sounds like we should be in good shape. All right, task worksheet. Obviously, we've been moving right along here. Dennis, you're the keeper of the worksheet.
Okay, this is task A. I would say it is done. It's complete. Because the way you laid in those wood chips would lead right into what Jack and I marked the blue trail going to Ledge Road. So I would like to say that this task is complete.
Okay,
Unless someone has a different viewpoint that I didn't see. What about you, Jack?
I think we're there.
Okay. All right. So that's good. That's great. All right. So task B, I'm going to say we're 75% complete, but now it's up to the town to do their share, so to speak. And I'm not sure where that stands.
okay. So on the parking area, you've marked it.
Yep.
And
Jack and I marked, you saw the
Yep.
3 stakes, right?
I saw the stakes. I've talked to Kevin over at DPW, and what I want to try and do is, he said no issues at all. They'll do what they need to do. We've got the stakes. I'm going to try and set it up so that he can at least tell me what day they're going to lay it out. So maybe Jack or Dennis or anyone that's around could, sort of guide them a little bit if there's any necessity of guiding them, that just, I think it's pretty straightforward. But in case there's any questions, or whether they need to bring another load or something, so anyways, we should be
Can I
in
make
good
a
shape.
suggestion?
Yep.
A quick suggestion. Jack coordinated the last parking area. Jack, are you willing to do that again for this area?
Providing it's not the week of the 15th of August.
Okay.
That I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll reach out to Kevin and Jack. I'll give them some contact information for us, and have him, reach out. And when he's got the crew ready to go, and they got a few minutes, to him, it didn't sound like a big deal. They know how easy, how we did the ledge road, so they're pretty familiar with what we need, and it's not any different than what we've already done. So I'm confident on that. I just would rather have somebody, in case when they're there, there's a question, of everything. It's easier to have somebody from our group there to oversee and assist. So I will forward.
Okay,
that
if you find out the dates, can you give Jack and I,
Yep, I'll let you guys know as soon
between
as.
the two of us, maybe we can
Yep.
try to fit some time in somehow.
Yep.
Is that okay with you, Jack?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Appreciate that. That will make that better. Okay.
So
Next.
next, okay,
Next.
task C, I'm going to say is 80% complete. The only question you okay, Glenn?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, only question I have is two of them, actually. We have the entrance as we come in before we start to get to that first little upslope.
hmm
Now, I don't know where we want to put the tents, the tables, do the presentation. I'm not sure how we decided where we want that to go. But I was there the other day, over the weekend anyhow. And we might need to want to cut the grass there. It might be an idea, cut the grass. If we choose to take just before you go up that hill, to make that's where we want the tent, the table and so forth, then maybe if you can, another load of wood chips like we did for Bolton, where we had the tent and the table. That's, and the last thing is those 2 cement slabs. Any way that Chuck could maybe just split them and lower them? I don't expect him to carry that kind of weight out. I don't think he could.
No, I think we can push those. So while they're spreading the
Asphalt, so to speak.
yeah, that's part
Yeah.
of what I think we can just push that. So it's, anything that's in our way that they can use their machine to move
Okay.
would work at that point. So
All right.
let's put that as part of the things. That's why I really want somebody there to say, all right, can you just use the backhoe or, the payloader to move that stuff over? So
Would they do it early in the morning, do you think? Just, I mean,
Well,
Okay,
this
no,
time of
no.
year, I do think they work like 6 to 2 or something. I'm not positive of what their schedule would be. So we'll have to see. It is,
I could get there at 6 and stay to 8, but I couldn't stay past.
yeah, okay,
at
well,
this point.
we'll work it out. We'll
All
work
right.
it out. And if they do
So-
it in the, we'll work it out. We'll figure out. Let me just see what their schedule is, and then we'll see who's going to be there. And Jack can certainly, if he's there, he can coordinate too. I think we all know what we want done. But that, so continue on the task.
Okay, that was my only 2 suggestions for task C.
Okay,
Okay,
so I think the tent should be at the beginning of the trail, at the end of the parking, if we can, and we can put some more chips there. If we can find it and just level up the tent just a little bit there.
okay.
That will be our information point, because that's really the beginning of the trail.
Right, just when you set up that first little slope, I
Yeah.
guess, if I think that's how I
what
remember. All right, and task D, as far as I'm concerned, I think is done. You got those chips all the way up to about where I'll say it's level. Now, I don't know if you plan on putting more or not, but from there, it's kind of an easy walk to get to the way the house used to be, and then you pick up the blue trail.
Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape from here on in on the chips, except for maybe 2 more loads, one to thicken up where we on the hill there, and one
Okay.
for where the tent is. So I'll coordinate and we can get a couple more chips there. So that's not a hard task. So
Okay, so I'm gonna call this complete anyhow.
Yeah.
For what's left is peanut. I
yeah,
think.
Peanut. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Task C, going down this information packet, the mission and library form, form we don't need, so I took that out. If I understood what John said, a couple meetings back.
Yep.
Right? So, invitation letters, last time you used your influence, you got that done.
Yeah, and what we'll do is at the next meeting, I will distribute to Gail, again, in front of the meeting, the list of names that I have. And then we
Okay.
can add anybody else that people know that should be added to this, seeing that it's Janice Sullivan. So I'll put together, and so we will finalize that list at the next meeting. And then send it
Josh
out.
might have some people who should attend.
He
since
did.
Right.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Interface with the school, which I didn't and you didn't, so he might know who he wants to attend. That's my only suggestion there. And the last final thing on task E, should I take drones out at this point, Roy? Drones, that's the last item on task E.
Yeah, because he's gonna give us a price when he's gonna look at what Kevin did and give us a price on drone. I was gonna ask him if he would
For
want
this
to
event for the 18th, though, should we?
come to the, if he would come to that just kind of on his own to see what we're doing, and then maybe he
Okay.
would, we could gently nudge him to do a couple of drone
Okay.
things.
So right now, so leave that within
Yep.
task C. Okay.
Yep.
All right, task F. That's you,
Yep,
right? Okay, so you got the new,
I got the new letterhead, and yep, I'm
Okay.
doing the same thing. I got a list of local businesses that I'm drafted a letter for. I'm gonna use the press, the newspaper clipping, and then just go door to door with it to the
Okay.
business in person.
Well, here you go again, boy, you're really in luck. You got also task G, which is refreshments. And
Well, that, I'm gonna be
snacks?
asking like for, like last time, I think we got BJ's, they did the water and the snacks, so I'm
Okay.
gonna ask them to do the same
Alright.
things again.
all right. Okay, task H, you get to, does everybody get this task list in front of them a little bit? So,
No.
no? Everybody should have received one, so,
I have
Yeah.
one, but I don't have it in front of me.
okay.
Right.
All right, so next one is support supplies, which is first aid kit, which is Roy, bag of
Yep.
ice is Roy, tick spray would be myself, tent would be Glenn, table, 2 of them 6-foot length with Glenn, napkins, paper towels would be me, ice chest is Roy.
We said, I
Chairs.
think we said we'd all bring a nice chest.
We're
We'd have a
gonna
couple
bring a nice
ice chests.
chest. Yes.
Yeah, we said that last time.
I'm sorry, was that?
We talked that a couple of people would bring the ice chest.
Okay, So
Yeah, 'cause
that's
I'm
impossible.
asking, I'm gonna be asking Summit to provide the bags of ice.
Okay, all
I
right.
can
So,
provide bags of ice.
Okay, well, we can always use them, I'm sure.
So how many bags should I get?
I'm gonna ask Summit, I was gonna ask them for 10 bags of ice as their donation.
Okay. So then if they're donating, do I just have to pick it up? Is that
Yeah.
it?
Yep,
Okay.
well, I just have to get them to agree to it. So,
Okay.
no. If not, then I have to ask someone else. But Summit seemed like the most appropriate one to ask for ice.
and then we got chairs, we'll be going 10 of them like we did last time. Glenn, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, how about the portable John?
Yep, we'll be all set with that.
Oh.
So I'm ordering the portable John on, yep,
Okay,
same
and
thing.
we got task I, which is kiosk. We got one on Bramble Bush, we have one on Ledge Road, so that task is, for that area is done. The only thing we have left is the sign. So for task I. So we gotta try to think about putting that in the ground at least the first week of September.
Well, yeah, it's funny, I had texted I had texted Dan if we could get him the materials by August 1st, is that enough time? He said that's cutting it kind of close. So I will try to get on Coventry Lumber tomorrow to see if I can't get the delivery sooner. But I think if worse comes to worse, we would have the sign there, even if it's not in the ground. People could at least see it. But
Okay, we have a way, okay, some way of propping it up at least.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
All right, all right. Okay, the material and tools list doesn't matter. And the August meeting for task K for setup, time, date, how, last thoughts, we might want to start talking about that.
Yep.
And I think that's it, unless somebody has some other input that I don't know about. So we're in pretty good shape,
Mhm.
I think.
All right, so the sign, I think, is our challenge, and we
Yep.
will put everything we can do on that end. And the rest of the tasks, I think we're all pretty comfortable with completing and closing out. So
The entrance going in is now could be important also, you know what I'm saying? All right,
yeah,
That's all.
we'll mow the entrance and clean all that up, just prior to the event. It'd be silly to mow it now and then. with
no,
all
I
the-
agree with that, I just thought
Yeah.
I'd put it on the list as an idea, that's all.
So that the couple days before, we'll all work together, bring our weed whackers and push mowers or whatever we need, and just clean that up so it looks, really sharp up front. And all right,
And maybe
That's
some
good.
kind of a pole saw, because there's a branch that
Yeah.
on the right side that comes down that should be taken out.
All right,
definitely, yeah, that will make it look much more desirable to pull in there. Okay.
is there a way that we want to consider mark on the calendar or what day for doing some of this?
We
Instead of
should
waiting? Is that
we
is
should,
that yes or no?
we should put another date, because I would like to, like I say, deliver the remaining chips that we need to tidy everything up so that they're there on site, to level out for the tent and probably complete it. Let's tentatively put something on the calendar here. Again, I gotta look at a calendar. It's something like the morning of August 7th, Saturday, August 7th.
Okay.
For a quick get together down there, like delivering a couple more chips, 9 o'clock.
The tour is at 12.
7th would be a problem for me, but I could do the 8th or anything after that.
All right, well, I'm also,
I can also do this coming week, I could do the 24th of July.
how about
Because I'm going to be out of state for a couple, 3 weeks.
is it 31st of July or let me
I can't do the
24th.
30.
The 20th, I'm just for myself, July 24th would work, and I'm all good up until for the first, after that would be, so it's Sunday, August 8th. Then anything after that, weekends I'm open.
Why don't we try for the 8th? That would be closer to the date, so mowing would be more
Yeah, I think-
appropriate at that.
Mowing will be in September.
Yeah.
We'll take
Okay,
a couple days before this. So the task that we need to do is spread some more wood chips,
Right, correct?
pole saw down any of that brush and clean up any of the brush by the front entrance.
On the entrance, right?
Yeah. And then what other tasks do we really have at that other than cleaning up the entrance and the remaining wood chips that we need?
As long as the parking area gets done, actually, that, I don't see anything else.
Okay.
Because the kiosks are up, signs coming later. Worst comes to worst, we prop it up somehow if we have to.
All right, so you know what we should do even before they come in with the truck with the pavement, because that limb that's hanging down is gonna be, we should just get that brush and stuff cleared up and anything peripheral and then have them. And so is for this Saturday morning coming up on the 24th, does
July
anyone,
24th.
yeah, does anyone have any, I mean, we don't need the whole group. We only need a couple of people.
I'll be there the 24th of July.
Okay, I'll see you then.
24th works.
What time
Okay.
do we want to?
I
Okay,
think-
24th.
All right,
Okay.
so
8 o'clock's good with me, but 9 o'clock, if that's fine with you, 8, 9.
all right, why don't we do 9 o'clock on the 24th? That'll give me time to load up the first load of wood chips so I can meet you with the first load of wood chips right there. And then at 9 o'clock and we can unload those and then I'll go get the second load,
Okay,
All right.
9 a.m.
24th,
on 24th of July.
24th of July. So this Saturday coming up, we'll do a quick one more work party and then just whatever's remaining on our list, this way we can all take a walk also and see if there's anything upstream that we need to do with more chips or whatever, but I think you're good. All right,
So the 24th of July, at 9 a.m.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm glad we did that. All right, that's good.
all right. That's it on the task worksheet. Good job, Dennis. Appreciate that.
It's all team effort. We all had
Yeah.
input.
You're keeping us straight.
Another check
Me
off.
straight. Somebody's got to keep me straight.
No. All right, moving on the agenda, the 6.2 Grasset property, Mumford Street, potential acquisition. So I gave you a heads up there. I've reached out to our council president and hoping that we get on the August 23rd docket for an executive session. I will confirm that to the group here if we're going to be on that meeting and who. Also, I'm trying, like I say, to put the dedicate, at least the town council resolution on, that would be in public session to name it the Janice Sullivan property out in public meeting, but this other part would be an executive session. So I will let people know how that works. They're having the council president, I guess, meets with the town manager and on July 26th to go over the agenda. They're making their agenda planning for the August 23rd meeting. So we should be good on that. And I'm
May I ask one
hoping,
quick question, not to interrupt? Are we going to the town council to get approval of buying this property? If we are, what kind of write-up are we going to do? Or are we going to do a write-up at all?
well, I thought we said for the executive session, the same package as what we gave for the heritage property.
Okay,
That's
does
what we need.
Russell have to look at this thing?
I'll defer to John, whether he didn't, I have not heard back from Russell on any of this, so.
John, you still there? John?
Hi.
Did you,
So yeah, if you guys have something, I can show Russell and try to get his stamp of approval for it, and I can let you guys know if that's how you
All I'm
want.
doing is take a scoring sheet and do general one-line bullets off to the side, like
Yeah.
a brief, comment, nothing, no detail whatsoever.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And a couple of maps are attached, so forth.
Hmm.
It might even have to be updated. I'm not sure. It's been a couple, 3 years since I did that.
Right.
So Glenn, should I give it to John?
Yeah, so I would forward it to John and he can, review it with Russell to see if there's anything else for that packet. And obviously you attended the last one that we went through with the heritage property
Yeah,
and
yeah.
have an idea what they were looking for. The biggest part is, the location map so that everybody on the council understands where this property is, and then the benefit to the town of this particular property.
And that's somewhat summarized in the scoring sheet layout.
Yep.
Now, Caroline and Brian tweeted a little bit, but I'll have to give it to John. But I'm not sure how these, maybe the people different, they might look at it a little different. I'm not sure. All
Yep.
right. So John,
All right.
by the end of this, what's today? I'll try to give it to you by the beginning of this coming week.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll talk to Russell and I'll turn it right back to you with any
What
comment.
time do you get out of work? What are your hours?
Our office is open from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30.
4:30. All right.
All right, well, I'll make a call to Gary Grassett to say that we're proceeding. Hopefully we'll be now on August 23rd, at least in the executive session, just to give him an update. And to George so that they can follow along. Yeah, this is like I say, this is very difficult to make things happen in this world, and this stuff, and it can be very frustrating for somebody that's waiting to do something. So the process is very slow, but at least I'll talk to them and say, once I confirm with the
Did
town.
George get approval from the town to donate that piece of property?
What's that?
The donation that George was going to make,
Hmm.
did the town accept it? Did they submit it yet?
No, I think that's going to be all part of this session there.
Okay, well, if they get some pieces of paper showing that it's going to be donated and the town accepts it, that would carry a lot of weight.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of our presentation. Obviously, he's not going to donate it if we're not going to get the Grassett property.
Okay,
So
all right. I'm just looking at, I thought he was going to kind of get his eggs lined up, his ducks, kind of lined up. So if they went that way, he just had to sign a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I think we had referenced that he could talk to Nick.
Okay.
And
I'm all
but
set.
I think the whole donation process still comes down to the council accepting the whole package.
No, I agree. I just want to know what the other end was doing. That's all. All right.
Okay. All right, that's that. Moving on to 6.3 Lake Kavanaugh property. We're working on the appraisals. John, any update on those?
Yeah, so like I said last time, I was going to send out an email to a bunch of people, see what came back to me. I did that. I did receive 2 calls back with one gentleman in particular who was very interested in the property to do this work for us. I'm just waiting back for one more person, because I guess by the town charter we need three people to come back to us and submit a bid, and then we pick from there. So like I said, I'm just waiting for one more person to get back to me on that.
Okay. All right, let's keep working. Hopefully next meeting we'll get that. I know, again, they're all very, very busy with houses right now and stuff. So, okay. Moving on to new business, Camp Green property. I requested that be on our agenda again. So looked online, it was for back about 2 months ago, it was pending, sale pending, and then last week when I looked or so, it was not sale pending anymore on the realtor.com.
Well, John
So-
called me, I don't know,
Okay.
maybe I'm gonna say maybe 5 weeks ago, and asked if we would still be interested. And of course, I can't tell him yes or no. You know, I said, well, what I'll do is I'll look to get it on the agenda. But I think
Mhm.
we already knew we were going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I haven't interfaced with him at all, simply because I figure we want to know what we want to do before someone contacts him one way or another. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but he did make
Okay, well,
contact,
that's good. So the realtor reached out to you to ask whether we're still interested.
but I haven't got back to him. So
Right.
I don't know if
Okay, so
anything's changed.
I think, we can respond back because we already scored this property. We were still interested. Our last action item with him was to work through the demolition of the buildings. He was supposed to see what he could do on the cleanup of the property in advance of, making this deal or making it part of the negotiation of the price and stuff. And obviously, I don't know what the sale pending, and then all of a sudden it's off the market, and then he calls you maybe to say reach out back to us or whatever, because I think we are a viable option for them to sell to. So unless anyone has any objection, Dennis, I would say to proceed back to him and say that we are still interested in and want to resume our conversation where we left off a year ago.
Okay, now if he happens to say, well, based on our previous meeting, have you guys changed any course? Meaning, we were looking for them to pay to tear it down themselves, to make a long story short, because the town wouldn't take any of this, any of the buildings.
Right.
I'm just looking how, I'm sorry.
I think what we were looking for is to have a clean property, and whatever, package needs to be put together for that. They were supposed to, we talked to them to reach out to get some, and I don't know whether they're going to do this. I think they're going to have to do it anyways to sell the property. Unless they want to lower their price further, and then, but let's leave it at that. Let's just say, we're willing to sit down, a couple of us could meet with them again and restart the conversation. Then that's
right.
probably the best way. Let's restart the conversation.
All right, all right. I'll call John. I'll call him early tomorrow morning.
Okay. Yeah, our interest is still there. We'll restart the conversation. See where they're. Okay, that's Camp Green. Going on to ongoing property management, drones, cost comparisons. Any update on that, Rory?
I have not gotten a response back from Mark yet on what a cost comparison was. I think I said last time, he said he usually does a minute video. It's usually $500 a minute to produce that, that minute's worth of video, although he's doing projects up to $5,000 for 2 and 3 minutes. So I'm going to ask him again to talk to Kevin LaRose, the guy who did the first video for us, the first drone for us, and just see what it would be, what he would charge us for something like that. And then see if we can't get one drone kind of for each of our trails. See what he says.
Okay. Perfect. Boundary markers and the tree screws, the famous tree screws.
Yeah, so the famous tree screws, what everybody's been waiting for. So I did get everything. So I have the screw here. We got the washers and the spring.
Oh, good.
And I don't know, Brian had ordered these. I don't know if everybody was able to see them, but I have the sign.
There's
that he ordered
two
here.
different types. One.
Yes. So the one that I have here is the entering public conservation area, and then there's also orange versions that are exiting. So yep, I have everything here, and I just base the number of everything off of the number of signs that
Brian had purchased prior to. So you guys should have enough of everything that you need, and they're waiting at our office.
All right, great. That's a great progress. So I think what we'll do after we get through the Janice Sullivan thing, our top agenda for the fall should be putting these up and working on the known boundaries, the easy ones like the Trestle Trail and the Bowden property edge, and then go from there. That's perfect. So we'll keep it on the, we can change the wording. We don't need the boundary markers. It should just say installation now instead of on the agenda, instead of purchase of tree screws status. So we'll just change boundary markers, installations of signs. All right, good. We can move on that this fall. We'll be ready to go. Kiosks. We installed 2 at Janice Sullivan, which is great. Good work there. Any other add? We know we got some work to do at Stella Hall kiosk there.
I think we decided we're going to do all that at the fall also, somewhere
Okay.
between September and November, I thought.
Yep. All right. And I think the general trail systems and everything in the Stella Hall cleanup all falls into that same category after we'll revisit all of this and get that into our next project. Stella Hall might be the one that we do for our 2022 land trust days, and we'll coordinate with that. So unless somebody has any objection, we can move on right to the GIS mapping update. All right, let's, Dennis, I know you've had, I've been following the emails. Both you and Josh have been working with Eric on the GIS mapping, and looks like we're getting a lot of progress.
Bowden property with the new map that I gave to Eric is supposed to be up on Explorer Rhode Island. He was going to put it, that was his closing comment. If I had no other changes, he was going to put it up on the system. Now, I haven't verified it yet because I haven't really had the time to do that. But I'm pretty sure if he said it's going to be installed, he'd install it.
Okay,
Right.
Good.
So next one I mentioned, I think we would, might want to consider trying to do would be the Sullivan property. So we can show a tie-in into that.
Yeah.
So we can cut the 2 ends, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Ruben's supposed to get back to me so we can make plans to mark the other trails in Bolton that we started, but we never, between the virus showing up and mismatching schedules, we never got to that phase. So that's open-ended at the moment, but the original 3 trails are there.
Okay.
Right, well, you got a copy of the new map, right? You should.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I did. So that's good. Like I said, that's a good
As far
update.
as the account information, I would have to say that that's probably done, but between John and Josh,
Yeah.
they should have opened the accounts.
That's
That
what it's,
that I have not verified, so I'm going by what John and Josh have been doing.
Yeah.
Okay,
they have been handling that. Yep.
so all we got to do now is start just adding more properties to it.
Yeah, no, I think that you've got the right approach, or we have the right approach, that we wanted to do Bowden, get everything, and then that trail right across Sullivan would be the next piece there to tie that whole network together, and then we can move on as we work. But that will be very significant of a network, at least that we've built.
I
Good.
agree.
All right, so we bypassed, when we opened the meeting, item 3, election of a new chairperson. As I stated at the last meeting, my time constraints are really driving me not to be able to do as much as what I need to be doing. And Josh certainly has stepped up and luckily helped out and taken a lead role and doing a lot of reach out for us. And being more in town, I'm in Boston for my daytime job, so that's I'm away from a lot of the stuff, but I got a couple other things that are happening, so I didn't want to continue on and well, we have somebody like Josh that's also good at driving and pushing, because that's what we need to do, keep on driving and pushing. But I'm certainly willing to stay on as a member. I don't know whether it's fair to hold an election and elect somebody who's not here to say that they're willing to accept the position. I know Josh was thinking about it and considering it. So I think what we should probably do properly is just table this until the next meeting and make sure that he's willing to take the position before, at least on record.
I agree with that approach. Yeah.
I have a question, Glenn. If he takes over the position, your position, would you be willing to step into his position to just be a guiding, somebody with some longevity to guide him through, to be as the assistant?
Sure.
Would that be okay? Because I think that would provide a smoother transition.
Yeah, I would be willing to. So for the agenda, election of new chairman / also potential vice chairman position, election to add to the agenda. So yes, I would accept that nomination if it so comes to that. Yeah,
I think that would be great.
Okay, so Dennis, you captured that for our agenda issues. Does anyone else have anything new or something that they want to add to the agenda, or something that can be removed or whatever that we haven't covered?
Well, in speaking with Josh at our work party, he did say one of the things he wanted to do was work maybe with the horticulture students at the high school in that meadow where the house was demolished. It looks like a good place for maybe native plants. Butterfly meadow could be a good feature for, gardening people and young people. And
all right,
we're into the pollinators these days.
I think that's a great idea, that we put that on the agenda as part of the tasks for this particular property. I think that makes a lot of sense. It would be nicer to have a nice meadow there with flowers or something, or wildflowers, and versus what it looks, it looks a little rough, and we can help clean that up a little bit and make it a little meadow space. So yeah, let's put that on the agenda it still will be under the Sullivan Heritage Estate Properties, but you can put old house site.
You're gonna stick it right there, not new business.
Yeah, I think just under old house site, because we really didn't tackle, that on all this other work here, because we had the priority work. But I think that should be also something. Good point, Joyce. That certainly would look nice if it was flowers or taken care of, and reaching out to a group like that would be an ideal opportunity for them to do something, design something. It's a nice space for them to work. So
one of the most endangered types of habitat in Rhode Island is meadow habitat. And so if we could work that area with that in mind, to provide a meadow, which is where, like a lot of butterflies need a meadow kind of habitat, and certain birds too.
Right. Yeah, I think that's great. So it doesn't turn all brushy or scraggly or whatever, that it stays a meadow habitat. I think that would be an ideal spot for it on that property. It's already cleared and sort of level. We might have to bring in some soil material or some stuff to get some meadow stuff growing, because it is a little gravelly, but I think that's perfect. I like that idea. I think everyone would think that would be great for that property there.
And we're on our ranking sheet, we always have that line about rare or endangered plants, so, we could boost our appeal maybe by having some that at least, rare wouldn't last, maybe even endangered might not, but it would give another feature to our property.
Yeah, just giving that, keeping it a meadow and supporting that ecosystem.
Right.
Yep. Okay, that's an excellent point. We will add that into the agenda and have that running as a part of this property project.
We're gonna put it on the Sullivan property. Okay.
Yep.
So 6.17.
All right, so I guess going back, can I have a motion to table the election of chairperson?
Motion to
I
table.
All right, motion to
I
table
s-
by Jack, seconded by Linda. Any further discussion? All right, I'll do a roll call. Jack Donovan,
Aye.
Linda Brennan,
I,
Dennis Green,
Aye.
Rory Comedy. I saw a nod. You're muted.
Aye.
Got 6.
Joyce,
I,
aye, and Glenn, aye. So the motion to table the election of a new chairperson has passed unanimously, and we will put that on next month's agenda. Any further business before we adjourn? Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the land trust meeting.
I motion to
I-
adjourn.
All right, motion's been made by Dennis.
I
Second,
second it.
seconded by Linda Brennan. I will do a roll call from the motion to adjourn. Motion, Jack Donovan,
Aye.
Linda Brennan,
I,
Dennis Green,
Aye.
Rory Comedy,
Aye.
Joyce Peretta,
I.
Glenn Underwood. Aye. So we are made past the motion to adjourn. Our next meeting, as we said, it was August 17th. That's Tuesday, and we'll do a work party on the 24th, the 9th, 24th at 9 a.m. at the Janice Sullivan property. So I will see you on Saturday, those that can make it. So thanks for your time tonight.
All right, everybody take care.
Take
okay.
care.